Our guest is in studio, and we had a quick chat earlier on, is DAP Kenya party leader Eugene Wamalwa. Before the break, Eugene, we talked of an opposition that some say is a crowded opposition, particularly at the top. The latest being Martha Karua, who says she wants to be the president. Rigathi Gachagua has been clear that he wants to be a presidential candidate. So has Kalonzo spoken about that. And so have you, to an extent, also alluded to that. Isn't this not a crowded opposition at the very top?
Not to an extent. I am the official presidential candidate of the Democratic Action Party of Kenya. The Honorable Gachagua from DCP, the Honorable Karua from PLP, the Honorable Kalonzo from Wiper, and the Honorable Matiang'i, who is yet to decide on which party he will run. So I was saying we have 10 parties so far that have come together. We have 5 presidential candidates, and we are going to agree on one. And it has happened before. Out of 23, we picked Raila of ODM, we picked Karua of NARC Kenya. We will agree on which one. But that is our secret weapon. We are not going to say it today. We are not going to be pressurized to say it tomorrow. At our own timing, we're building a team. We have more who will be joining us. So as we go along, we'll be sharing our agenda with Kenyans.
Fair enough.
And we will be agreeing on a candidate. So rest easy, knowing very well that there will be one joint presidential candidate that will send William Ruto home to Sugoi.
And Eugene, these political leaders of these political parties are not necessarily new to Kenya's political scene.
Yes.
Some have been in Kenya's political scene for as long as 20 to 25 years.
Correct.
Why should Kenyans trust the opposition this time round more than any other?
I think we need to look at their records. Anyone who wishes to run for the highest office must agree to have their public record, because it's a record of public service that must be scrutinized by every Kenyan.
Okay.
So if amongst us you find anyone who has been implicated in corruption, please do not allow that man or woman to go to State House, because they'll only have the chance to loot this country more. The looting that is going on now day and night, people who had scandals, who had corruption cases in every court, we allow them to go to State House and we see what is happening. Secondly, if we want this country to move on, extrajudicial killings to end, anyone who has blood on their hands, anyone who has been implicated, look at their public records and let's have Kenyans of integrity, Kenyans who are clean, Kenyans whose public record is impeccable.
Eugene, you say
yes.
Analyze their past history, see if they have done anything wrong before you decide. And I guess that is for Kenyans. Nearly 6 or the other 8 are not in studio with us. Let's talk of Eugene. You have been a Minister of Justice and National Cohesion and Constitutional Affairs for 2 years during Kibaki's second term, a Minister of Water and Irrigation Cabinet Secretary, a Cabinet Secretary for Devolution and Assets, Cabinet Secretary for Defense. Nearly 11 years, if not 11 and a half years, in powerful ministerial positions. What does Eugene Wamalwa want to achieve that he hasn't achieved in those 11 years?
First of all, in those 11 years, and it's less than 11.
Yes,
because it's actually 8. If you look at my record, ask yourself, given a chance to serve this country, did Eugene Wamalwa steal? Because that should be the first test. If we want to end corruption, just like the fish starts rotting from the head of that ministry, the head of that government, his record must be scrutinized. Like Caesar's wife, it must be above reproach. So look at my record, and I'll submit myself as a presidential candidate with my years of public service. And if you can find that I have a clean record in all the key ministries I served, then say Eugene Wamalwa is fit to run for presidency. If maybe in some of this I've been implicated in some of the atrocities, bloodletting, then tell them, Eugene Wamalwa has blood on his hands.
And I bet the question is, what has Eugene not achieved through these various dockets over the 8 years period that he wants to achieve as a president?
Yes, we served in different sectors. And I'm very, very proud to have served in the governance, law and order sector, GLO sector, as Ministry for Justice. This was the most critical period in the history of our country, when a president entrusted a very young minister. I was very young then. I was a Gen Z, not really a Gen Z. I was very young then. I took over from Mutula Kilonzo to work with the CIC, Kina Nyachai, work with the Attorney General, Professor Githu Muigai, work with Speaker Marende to ensure proper implementation of the Constitution. And today, the Constitution we enjoy today would have my fingerprints. I'm proud.